This is Boston Comedy Festival Radio. I'm Jim McCue, and I'm talking to the very funny Andy Kindler. Boy.
Thank you. Well, I wasn't funny yet. I haven't been funny yet, but who says thank you funnier than me? Thank you.
But you have in the past, based on our history of funny.
Yes, in fact, if you want me to, I can play you one of my sizzle reels during the interview.
This is Andy Kindler from the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Yes, it's classic Kindler. You know, that was my idea for. I had this idea for comedy radio. This was from 1999. It's Craig Shoemaker doing the Y2K KY Jelly Chunk. Check it out.
Chunk. I love that you say chunks all the
time. KY Jelly Chunk. Remember when Y2K was? Everybody was scared that your clock would turn into a chicken. Unbelievable. I like the idea of a DJ, the 70s DJ guy, hosting comedy radio, Observational Tuesday.
Who are these guys doing observational comedy? Where do they come from?
80 comics wondering what's the deal with this situation and who's the genius who came up with that thing. Hey, it's a prop comedy Wednesday. Oh, you can't see it, but Carrot Top is holding up a tennis racket and a toaster. You say if you get hungry on the court, you can make it a little tough. Funny stuff if you can see it.
Is that a
Very
toilet
funny.
seat or a bow tie? You got me going here, kid.
It's funny, and I'm just explaining it to you.
And now they do things on radio where one person is going to do something horribly sexual to another person, and we're going to listen. We're listening.
Well, it is amazing. I mean, I know people talk about this a lot, but it is amazing. Like that guy, Candace Bergen's dad was Edgar Bergen or something.
Yeah,
and he had Charlie McCarthy, and he was very popular on the radio.
Right.
Ventriloquism.
Right.
Take that, Jeff Dunham. You spent all your time speaking, trying to perfect jalapeno without moving your lips.
How many vegetables did he go through before he arrived to jalapeno?
Well,
I had this funny tomato puppet. Listen, Jeff, that's not really working for us.
I think one of the problems is I don't think Jeff Dunham spent a lot of time going over various names.
You don't think
That's what he should have done.
You don't think he was with a puppet creator in the produce section going, I'm going to tell you, I'm a tomato, and I'd say things like an Italian because of tomato sauce, and it's hysterical.
Hey, I'm avocado. He probably did. You know what? I would love to see that footage.
He has a crying onion puppet that we've never seen.
Don't give him any ideas.
That's his next special.
Yeah, he's got it. All we need is to boost his career.
Yeah, he needs our help.
I'm the old bitter comic now. I don't care about Jeff Dunham. I don't know. That was a bad impression of an old bitter comic. Why don't I just do my own voice? Hi, I'm Andy Kindler.
No one has ever heard Andy Kindler's real voice. Today,
you ready?
we unleash the real Andy Kindler.
It's my impression of a old, bitter Jewish comic. How are you today? Oh, it's Andy Kindler, obviously.
How are you today? I wish you nothing but happiness and success.
Yes, that's right. That's exactly. I wish I could do it that sarcastically. No, it's great that Louis C.K. is. Well, actually, Louis C.K. claims to be broke now from his. I know you downloaded Horace and Pete.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is there. He made something that didn't sell.
No, well, he'll make it back. But,
of course.
I'm not worried about it. But people have to see. The thing is this: if people have to download something, 99% of the people, I couldn't figure it out myself.
I saw him like a year ago. He did the Somerville Theater, which is like 900 seats. And he was the whole premise of the show was he was just trying out material for a bigger show. I'm not kidding. And people were so excited to watch him try stuff out. And he'd do stuff. He's like, look at the pad. And he'd go, oh, what do you care? You only paid $30 to get in here. And I was like, I would kill.
Did he really say $30?
And it was like a big laugh. And it was like, and I was like, he's so far. I'm not in the same business as him. Like, I'm trying to sell 200 seats and, like, you know, calling in favors with second cousins to get them to buy tickets, and I can't. And the 30, and I'm the $15. I'm the $20. You know, and I'm just like, we may both be comedians, but he is. You know, like NFL All-Star, and I'm the guy who's coaching, like, you know, pee-wee football, like.
Well, that's the thing that's amazing to me is like when he also those like weird rules that he made, like I'm going to change my material every year. I'm not dropping anything. I want to be able to do. I'm going to do impressions of my mother till I'm 80. I
Right.
think it's a weird thing. I mean, next year.
Right.
It's a weird thing that you make these like strange rules. Like I drop because I was making a joke that he was a week away from coming up with the unified field theory, but because of his strict rules.
Well,
No, it is odd.
There's a time,
odd.
you remember Jerry Seinfeld had the movie where they talked about Cosby having, Chris Rock was talking about Cosby having 2 hours or 3 hours of material, and it was unbelievable. And then it seemed like there was like a year where everybody had to come out with an hour and a half. Or 2 hours.
I can't listen. This is. I bet you're like me in this respect. If I'm on stage for like an hour, the sound. I want to punch myself in the head.
I know, me too.
My voice starts to sound. I say, it's so annoying. How long do you need?
I'm like, what's the minimum amount of time I can do and get paid?
Now, that's not a good name for an album.
Minimum Jim McCue's minimum effort album. It's a double album, but the second one's blank.
Well, yeah, you make your own album. I always at 45 minutes tell the crowd that I just want them to know that I'm contractually done now. Everything
Exactly.
Everything else is gravy.
I'm just like, someone give me a light so I know, how can I get off of this ride?
But you know what? Let's be honest. I like when people say that. Don Barrera used to have a joke about it. When people say, "Let's be honest," they go, "No, why don't you be as deceptive as I would expect?" But I mean, I think it's a weird deal when when you're in that situation where. Eddie Murphy said it too, where he said he stopped doing stand-up because he couldn't tell if he was funny anymore.
Right.
When people go see Louis, they want to laugh. I mean,
right.
I'm not saying I want to trade places with him, I don't want, I wouldn't trade places with him because I would like to be able to pay my bills and stuff like that. But it must be weird to be in that thing where you're just in theaters. I mean, I feel kind of lucky maybe that it hasn't gotten any bigger than.
Right. Well, yeah, because speaking for myself, no one's ever heard of me, so it's like I can do the same material because they're always like, "Who's this guy? I wonder if he'll be funny." And then I do my card. Then I do my Carter chunk.
And then I do my.
What's with this peanut?
Carter.
What's with this peanut farmer who's president? Really?
Yeah, what is this bicentennial thing all about? I mean, enough already with it.
Why we have tall ships? What's the big deal?
Don't
we have motors now? What's the deal with sails? I want to get where I'm going. Aren't we friends with the British now?
What's this Pony Express? Why don't you get a real horse in there? No wonder why the mail takes so long.
What? Ben Franklin flies a kite and he's famous? Really?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Ben. How brilliant do you have to be to electrocute yourself? Hey, I'm starting to enjoy maybe there is a Revolutionary War circuit.
I say, but we have to do it as a team. Like it's like the comedy roast things now, where we take turns and we challenge each other. Who can have the most obscure and unfunny reference?
Right. Let's do a Williamsburg chunk.
Williamsburg chunk. The prize is you get $10,000. Whoever walks the most people.
Oh, come on! You can't beat me with that, Jim. I used to say that a lot of comics say get them on your side. I always say limit the walkouts to less than 30.
Andy Kindler sponsored by New Balance walking sneakers.
If you need, that's what I say, look, when people look at their phones, I say, look, make yourself comfortable. If you have to Google nearest comedy club, I don't care.
What's the app they have on Apple phone that tracks it tracks how many footsteps you do every day? There's a huge spike during an Andy Kindler show.
Oh, now you're talking about cross promotion. I should be promoting that.
Yes. Get some dough.
No, but let's not kid ourselves. I'm a huge draw. I can barely. I'm hiding in my apartment now. I'm wearing a disguise, and the paparazzi. You know how to avoid. When I check in a hotel, to avoid attention, I check in under my own name. I miss Boston, man. I got to get over there. I miss the whole. It's fantastic over there.
Yes.
The only time I get there is when you bring me in there. Well, I have relatives in Boston. That's how I'm easily bookable. Hey,
Yes.
I'll put myself up.
I like that as part of your the thing that's on your website.
Yeah.
Hello, Cleveland. I'll put myself up.
Well, you know what's good about my website is a lot of people get very, panicky because information changes.
Right.
I still have my tour dates from 2005 up there. You know what I'm saying? It's like a place where it's not with all the flashing signs. Nothing changes.
Yes, what's going on? Now you're very. It seems like you're getting very political now. You were never a political guy, but now you're up and running. Now you're not afraid.
Well, that's just Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Twitter is great for if I said to myself, Andy, is there a way that I can make myself look even more strident to people? Can I get a lot of people to see me at my worst on a daily basis? Maybe I'll tweet all day long about cable news shows nobody's watching. Nobody watches these things like I do, and then I'm upset because how come nobody got my slam against Chuck Todd? How come that's not resonating?
Who the heck is watching Medford, Mass. Housewives? Just you, Andy. Just you.
Yeah,
they got this thing. You could just change the channel, Andy. You don't have to watch it either.
People have said that to me, and I always get mad when they say it to me, even though it's probably because it's true. They go, "What are you watching that for?" I say, "I'll watch it if I want to watch it." Something like that.
You're seeking things to be angry about now.
Yeah, and I tell people, "Hey, come out to see me at the club. Don't worry, it won't be my Twitter feed."
Well, you know what it is with me about those shows that angers me is because I look at them and they're horrible, and you go, "Why is this on, but I'm not on?"
Right, that's true.
Why
can't they bring back Evening at the Improv instead of this?
Yes.
No, I am. I'm very worried about Trump winning. So if he doesn't win, then I'll go back to normal.
I've given up all that. I'm just like, okay, it's just time to build a bunker and get canned foods, and
the world's greatest bunker ever. We will have they'll pay for the bunker.
I love the guys that are like, look, I live free or die. I would rather die than be in a prison cell, and that's why I built this. That's why I built this 8x6 bunker to live in.
No, that's
made out of concrete.
Right. Whoever said "give me liberty" or "give me death" wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? Look, restrict my freedom a little bit. I'm good with it.
A little more life, I think, just a little.
Yeah, let's compromise. Let's compromise in this whole liberty thing. I'm starting with I want liberty. Make a counteroffer.
Hold me down, but give me good breath. How about that?
Yeah,
how about a compromise?
I'll take it. I'll take a 1 hour a day outside my cell.
Sunlight is overrated.
Exactly. Well, sometimes there's too much freedom. Just give me whatever whatever you want me to drink. I will drink generic cola. Is that what you're upset about?
Just give me whatever you want to give me to drink. Yeah. Just some porridge and gruel would be fine.
I saw Cool Hand Luke. I saw Cuckoo's Nest. I know how it goes.
You go in the first day and you just find the biggest guy there and you get beat up by him.
Right.
Get that out of the way.
Yeah, let's get it out of the way.
Why put that off?
Yeah, Andy, you have to face up to these bullies. I don't think so. I'm 5'5.5". Let the bully pound on me.
Every prison movie is like, you pick the toughest guy and you pick a fight with him. It's like, yeah, let's talk about a plan B here. Yeah, maybe pick the not so toughest guy.
Well, that's so true. Yeah, take a guy who you shouldn't have a beef
maybe
with.
The toughest guy in the prison, I'm just putting this out there, maybe he's tougher than you. Maybe you take a huge beating.
Yes, and then you say, but when I saw the movie, it didn't work out this way. See, my thing is they say you have to stand up to a bully. My thing is maybe just let the bully after punching me, will get tired.
Yeah, there's a fight or flight. Let's not write the flight thing off right yet. Flight is a very good thing.
Let's not be hasty. See, I was always too short to cause anything. My friend Boris calls me Cinco de Mayo now because I'm 5'5.5".
Oh, nice. Okay.
So what am I going to do? I wish I could. You know what? I've been in a club sometime where I'm on a different level, like I'm on a step higher. And it's like and I started. Oh, I maybe would cause trouble if I was a this height.
Yeah.
It's a false sense of look at all these short people around me. But I'm sure if I was a tall guy, I would also not be dangerous.
No, I'm not. I'm 6'6", and I'm not. I'm
Well, I always ask the question, like, when you're tall, sometimes there's people who would pick on you, right? Or
oh yeah, well, when I was a kid, I got in a fight when I was 12 with an 18-year-old.
Oh, because you were his height, right?
Yes,
something like that, right?
But I wasn't really ready to mix it up with a guy. The difference between 12 and 18 is monumental.
Yeah, I could definitely run way faster.
Yeah, I was picking, mud out of my nose and ears, that he smushed my face into the ground.
Oh man, you see, I never thought about the disadvantages of being tall. Like, for example, I don't have a problem with leg room.
Yes.
On planes.
This is all going into our comedy team. It's all going into our comedy team.
Mutt and Jeff?
Yes. Tall and vertically challenged.
And the opening line, how's the weather up there?
And we set the mic stands up. Like, now I get the short one and you get the tall one, and we come out and it's people go, oh my gosh, they went to the wrong mic stand.
And then we say, folks, look at this. It's crazy.
It's crazy. I can't talk like this because my mic is too low, and of course yours, it's way too high.
Folks, you literally can't write this kind of stuff.
If Andy's was only lower, he could tell you why he's wearing lederhosen.
Now, lederhosen, let's not kid ourselves. That's a funny word.
If only there was a K sound, I could headline.
Yeah, funny words. Exactly, right.
So, what's your least favorite TV show right now?
Oh, well, this is again
Top three.
Because let me think. What's my least favorite? I'm not watching anything. What do you?
You know what? I watched Andy Kindler religiously, if we can use that word, when you were on the Pet Channel.
Oh, I love that show.
I love that show.
It was called The Pet Shop with Andy Kindler, and I got to interview celebrities with their pets, and it was on Animal Planet. But they kept. I kept arguing with them. The last thing that we said before they canceled me was they said, "Do you have to be funny?" I said, "Well, that's debatable, but I'd like to try."
Andy, we're going to change the show a little. It's going to be called Celebrity Tragedy Pets.
Yeah,
they're sick pets. They're pets that need help. We're rescuing pets.
And keep the humor. People don't like to laugh when they're watching animals.
Can you practice this sound? Ah.
Yeah, keep it. Yeah, don't yell. And the thing is like they kept thinking, like their idea of the show was that I would be able to get Madonna to come on and talk about her pet. I mean, she's not coming on. At that time, Animal Planet wasn't even available in Los Angeles, and they were mad at me because I couldn't get huge stars to come down. But it was really fun. The only thing I learned about it was most of the pets were dogs, because you can't really bring a cat on to a TV show.
No, not unless it's
they
heavily
don't
sedated.
fit for that. They don't like live bands.
Oh my gosh! So who are some of the big acts you got on there?
I did get I got Kathy Griffin, I got Dave Foley.
Nice.
I got a lot of my friends came on the show, and then I also had Tippi Hedren.
Oh wow! It's funny. Here's some shows I haven't been on. I was called to be on a show from somebody who said they could get me on. What's that one? Comics Unleashed, right?
Right.
And they
Which
said,
I call, yeah.
And they said, listen,
Byron
Jim,
Allen.
I think I can get you on Comics Unleashed. I said, oh, that'd be great. And then they said, do you think you could get Louis Black to go on with you? And I said, no. But you're friends with him, right? I go, I'm friendly with him, and I certainly wouldn't be friends with him if I called to try to get him on Comics Unleashed. And I'm like,
my God.
And I said, you don't want me anymore, do you? And they're like, no.
What a wonderful business that we've signed up for. Well, I call that show Comics Unleashed, but still unable to get away from Byron Allen.
I would kill to be on that show. I've been on nothing. I did my big claim to fame. I did the Gotham Live show recently.
Well, that was good.
So that was good.
Was that fun?
It was fun. It's anything to get on the radar. I'll do the Weather Channel. I'm not. Call me.
Who hosted it?
Ahmad.
Oh, okay, cool.
Ahmed.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong vowel. Ahmed. Sorry, Ahmed. Did I get it right?
You did.
I'm a huge fan of this. Oh, my God.
And now they've cut you out of the final broadcast. They're going to call you up and say, look, your set went great. Can you get Louis Black to do another?
No, I know. It was just so horrible, that feeling in your stomach, like, wow. I
love that club, though, Gotham. That's a fun club.
Yeah. That's the only time about this beautiful club, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're good people down there. I started going to New York again.
I'm from New York, and it's hard for me to get booked.
Even when you say, I can put myself up? You can't play that card?
Up. And if I tweet for 75 hours in a row, I could get a nice hometown crowd of my own family.
It's funny. I find it's much easier for me to get on in L.A. than New York.
Yeah, New York is, I don't know, it's always been weird. There was a time I used to stay with it's very, very, not a good story. I'm like 35 years old and staying with my parents in Queens and doing Rascals in New Jersey.
I lived that same story. Except I didn't live with your parents.
Right, which probably was better for all around.
All concerned.
They don't have a bed. The bed in my bedroom, you would have to have two of them. That's it. I'm doing height jokes now.
My feet are hanging off the end of the bed. What is going on here?
Mrs. Kindler?
Mrs. Kindler. Are his feet cold? And are those feet, they look like boats.
I used to make fun because my parents were antique dealers, so I used to have to, conduct business from their home. Hold on a second. I have to get another quill. My ink well is dry. Can you hold on 1 minute while I jot down that number?
Wow. Where are you working these days? Where can we see Andy Kindler?
Well, this is next. In May, I'm home, but then in June, and when I say a tour, I mean I go to one city and come home. But in June, I'm going to be at the LOL Comedy Club in San Antonio.
Nice.
And then I'm going to be at the end of June up at this thing called the Hudson Valley Festival, which is upstate New York.
Nice.
I go out about twice a month on the road.
Yeah.
And,
you never worked any of the ships or anything like that, huh?
I never did.
Okay.
I never did. I got a couple of times almost.
Right.
But I'm worried about. I need motion sickness pills to just get to my car.
Really?
Well, I mean, that's the only thing that kept me off of SEAL Team 6.
That was the only thing.
Yeah. Well, also I can't swim. But those two things, I don't. Also, as I say in my act, I don't like to go into a building when I don't know what's happening inside. Those are the only three things.
Oh, that's it. Other than that, you're ready to go.
I do. I've never been in a helicopter, but I do get motion sickness easily. And one time, I was doing this wraparound show for TNT, and we were doing Top Gun. I landed on an aircraft carrier in a tail hook thing.
Yeah.
And it did not go well for me.
Oh boy. I was on
a
you're
ship.
Too polite too. You're like on SEAL Team 6. You're like Andy Kindler thinks we should call Bin Laden before we show up.
Yes, it's
and what
rude.
do you bring when you go to see Bin Laden? What do we bring? We should bring a gift or some wine. Do they drink wine?
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to make a cultural faux pas. Also, I ordered a kosher meal. I don't know if that's showing up or not.
Oh my God, Andy, you're the funniest man in the world.
Oh well, thank you. We're banter. We're banter kings.
Yes. We banter like it's 1999, my friend.
Exactly, and we just mean our references. With the Dukakis references.
Oh yeah, well I'm wearing Earth shoes and a members only jacket right now.
I'm so glad. Like when kids start today to do comedy, everything they do is filmed. Thank God there weren't many cameras back in the 80s to catch me in my acid wash jacket.
Oh my God. I was just talking to somebody about, I would, my hair is leaving port quickly. And I was like, would I take here's the thing, would I take the mullet back if I could have the hair? Would I take the ridicule attached to the mullet if that meant getting my hair back?
Yeah. Well, I've always had one time my dad said that he went into a deli and when I was on Everybody Loves Raymond, and the guy goes, "I saw your son on TV last night. What a head of hair!" That was the guy's reaction.
That was it. Nothing you said wasn't your acting. Hey, did you see that kid on Everyone Loves Raymond? Andy Kindler or something? What a head of hair.
If I had his hairline, I wouldn't even need to act.
If I had Kindler's hair, I'd be famous. Let's be honest. The hair has been carrying his career for the last 20 years. Without the follicles, this guy's nowhere. He's nothing without the follicles.
Well, I would have, and I can't. Well, the only thing is I don't have a losing my hair chunk.
Chunk. Two pieces of advice: go bald, gain some weight.
Yeah, exactly. Have something, and then you do the joke where you say, "Hey, maybe you couldn't see me because the mic stand was in the way."
Hello, HBO.
Hello, HBO. Did you get my tape?
Did you get my
literally. I sent you a cassette tape.
And now the mic stand, it's a metal detector. I can find watches under the beach.
Oh, don't get me started on the classic 80s material. And then there's the cup your hand over the... Remember these days? This is your captain speaking. Those were the days.
All right, so... I want to tell people where to find Andy Kindler, and I want to thank you for calling in and talking to me. I appreciate it, always.
This is really fun. You can find me at Twitter, if you can stomach it, at Andy Kindler.
Yep.
Then there's AndyKindler.com, and then and then I may be in your city. Look for me I'll be like in... I think South Carolina. I'm everywhere.
Yes.
Just wait.
Listen, demand Andy Kindler. Call your club and say, why is Andy Kindler not at this club?
If your club does not carry Andy Kindler...
If I see one more bald, fat comedian, I'm going to kill myself. Where is Andy Kindler to save us?
I want to see a Jewish comedian. I've heard of them.
Yeah, I hear they're good. Never seen one. What is up with that? All right.
Very good.
Andy,
thank you so much, Jim.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, my friend.
You got it, brother. Be good.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
If you'd like to support Boston Comedy Festival, go to bostoncomedyfestival.com. That's bostoncomedyfestival.com.